From African politics to the African economy, oil producers in Nigeria and Angola have been competing hard with the United States for exports of crude oil. They're seeking lucrative contracts in Latin America and the Caribbean. The changing dynamics have emerged since the U.S. lifted a 40-year-old crude export ban. CCTV's Daniel Rinchez has more.
On New Year's Eve, the tanker Theo T left the Texas port of Corpus Christi bound for Europe, laden with the first shipment of oil since the Americans effectively lifted a 40-year-old crude export ban.
Our ability now to compete in those global markets is a game changer. And so the world as we've known it for the last 30 to 40 years is evolving, it's realigning.
A key target market now is much closer to home, Latin America and the Caribbean. Venezuela, for example, has the world's largest proven reserves, but much of its oil is heavy sour crude, difficult to refine into gasoline. Last month, a shipment of U.S. light sweet crude was pumped into a Venezuelan storage and refinery facility located on the Caribbean island of Curacao.
Latin American countries are looking to buy more light sweet crude because they're looking to blend it with their own heavy sour crude production. And they're already competing, they're buying crude, they're sourcing crude from West Africa, from Nigeria, similar in quality to what we're exporting out of the U.S. So I think there's a natural competition there or an appetite for U.S. barrels in Latin America.
The Energy Information Service Platts says several American companies also competed recently against Nigeria, trying to win a contract to supply 1 million barrels of crude oil to Uruguay.
We heard from market sources that they received solicitations from U.S. sellers into that tender. It was ultimately awarded to Nigerian crude. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that going forward, where they're competing with each other head on.
The world's largest producer and consumer of oil is also the world's largest importer. So when prices are right, American refiners will still buy from Nigeria and Angola. U.S. port infrastructure has also not been developed enough to dramatically increase export capacity straight away. But industry experts now agree that the lifting of this export ban, signed into law late last year by President Obama, will now permanently change global oil trade dynamics. Daniel Rinchez, CCTV, Washington.